my mission called me to be Spanish speaking, and so I got the call from the MTC a few weeks before I was supposed to go in to test my Spanish abilities. And due to some luck and inspiration, a few months ago I had felt prompted to take Spanish classes. So I had taken 2 4-credit classes at BYU for Spanish, and so when I talked to them, they're like, "Oh, you're pretty good. We'll put you in the intermediate class." I was like, okay. You know, it didn't really faze me. I didn't know what was going on. But there was such a strong influx of missionaries that the class that I was in went from, the week that I entered had gone from 3 weeks to 12 days. And so I got there and I mentioned something to my companion. "I can't believe we're only going to be here for 3 weeks." And all the girls in my room all turned to me and they're like, "Hermana Toronto, we're here for 12 days. And I just, my face, it was doing the headlights look. And those first few days in the MTC were really hard for me because even though I knew some Spanish, the rest of my district was really fluent. And so you had people who had either studied abroad in Spain, or people who had worked construction with Mexicans all summer, or people that were just natives. And here's this little white girl who had taken 2 classes at BYU, not a very strong grasp of the language. And it was really, really stressful for me, and I just was positive I was never going to get the language. But I just remember day after day, I mean, I don't know if it really got easier, but I felt more confident in my ability to go there and have it be okay. I just kept trying, and a few days right before I left, we were teaching our teacher, who was pretending to be an investigator, and it was in Spanish, and I was praying the whole time to be able to say something, to be able to understand what he was saying back. And I was just catching little snippets and pieces, and both of my companions in the MTC were natives, so they had a really easy time conversing, so I was just trying to grasp onto anything. But I remember the Spirit being really, really strong in the lesson, and at the end of the lesson, my companion to the right of me invited this investigator to be baptized, and he said yes. And even though it was just a role play, my heart expanded, I think, 3 sizes in that moment when I understood that he had decided to be baptized. And I just felt such an overwhelming sense of love and power in the work that we were about to embark in, and it gave me the rest of the confidence that I needed to go out in the field and try my best.